Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to another Finding Speed track guide. We are here at Suzuka East, which is a tiny little section of the Suzuka circuit. Basically, it's the main GP straight, the S's, and then a sharp right back onto the straight again. It's a sub 1 minute lap. Um, it's not too challenging, other than the very last corner, which is an absolute pain in the butt. But we'll get to that. I hope you have a really good week here this week. Let us know how you get on in the comments. Don't forget, if you're getting any value from this, please do consider liking and subscribing. And also grab my ghost car if you want to practice against my example lap here. Go to my website, findingspeed.com/BMW 12 to find every ghost car for every week of this season. Yeah, have a good one. Hope it goes really well, and hopefully I'll see you on the track. Cheers, guys. Hi guys, welcome along to this 53.92 here at Suzuka East. We want to keep as far over to the left as we can down the main straight. Turn one's quite a handful, but as long as we get the initial braking right, the rest of it tends to fall into place. We want to start braking soon after the 100 and just before the access road on the left. And as we're braking quite heavily, we want to turn the wheel very gently towards the inside of the corner, to the inside initial curb. Now this is a large double apex bend. It takes a lot of practice, especially when you've got the brake balance back as far as we have at about 51%. So hard initial braking, and then we're bleeding out quite quickly as we approach and come to that initial inside curb ahead of us. And then we're aiming out towards the rear edge of the track, and as you can see, we're bleeding right out of the brakes here. And then we're down into third, and at this point we're pretty much done braking. But we're watching now the inside curb on the right, and we want to make sure that we can get on the gas as soon as we can. Now I didn't get this perfectly right on this particular lap, but it was fast enough for the purposes here. Anything in the 53s is going to be a good lap this week. It's a hot track as well. And then we're back on the gas as soon as we can. Now look, we've met the inside curb, and we can see there's lots of rubber on that inside curb. Gets lots of use. We're aiming for that. We want that. And then we're on the gas, and we're unravelling the wheel. A little bit oversteer there. Up into fourth and over to the right hand side of the track. And we're keeping it in fourth, but we're coming off the gas now. And we're coming back down into third. And we're aiming again for the rubber marks on the red and white curbing. And what we want to do is really attack the exits. Attack the exits of the apexes on each of these S's. It's a very windy S section here. It's very easy to get this wrong. So if you can put the time and effort into the S's here, you're going to make up a surprising amount of time on the people that don't tend to bother. So we're sort of easing in, and we're accelerating out through, and then we're easing again, and we're brushing the brakes, and we're accelerating out through. Easy on the throttle initially, And then we're very, very, very light here, and we're attacking again now. Now, this is a surprisingly tricky right-hander. It's very long. You've got to be super patient here. Now, again, you want to kind of use the curb to guide you. You can see there's rubber just on the edge up here. We want to ride round there, but we're off the gas and we're kind of brushing the brakes if we need to. We want to keep reasonably tight to the curb here. So we're just floating around this corner, and when we can see the rubber appear back on the curb, we're ready to start attacking again. We're easing in on the accelerator and then we're full on. We want to keep the car as far over to the right here as we can. And then for the last time here, we are easing off. We're letting the car come into the curb and we want to start accelerating up this curb, and we want to be on it. Obviously, we don't want to be too far over it. We don't want to get tires on the grass. But actually touching the curbs and using the curbs here is going to help turn the car, help that with that little extra rotation that we want to keep the car on track. We're accelerating, and then we've got this completely blind right. But what we're using is these sort of bits of dirt ahead of us here, sand and discoloration on the track. That's going to be our signal that we want to go right. We're braking, we're just brushing the brakes, we're catching that inside curb, we're letting the car move out quite far, and then we're just holding off. We're being really patient, we're holding off, maybe just brushing the brakes a bit, because we want the car to come in tight to the right here. Obviously the first bit of track on the right is the pit lane, and then we've got you know, these lines on the track. We want to keep tight to that, and we want to pretty much just grab a corner of this grass really gently. Too much, you get off track. Too much again, and you're going to spin the car. But too little, and the car's ultimately going to float out wide. We're already on the gas now. We started on the gas just as we come up to the kind of paintwork here. And then we want to make sure we're keeping the car as tight as we can to this little final bit of grass here on the right. If we don't keep the car tight here, we're going to run out of track on the left. There's no overrun, there's no curbing. You know, couple of wheels on the grass there, you're going to spin and crash before you even get to the line. So really gently, really careful here. Takes a good bit of practice, but the main thing is just to be patient, getting on the accelerator. Too soon, you're going to run out of track here, no doubt. Obviously too late, you're not going to have the speed you want on the straight. But definitely takes a lot of practice. I highly recommend downloading the Ghost car. All the actions in turn 1 and the final bend, but spend time in the S's and it should serve you pretty well. Some of you might notice that there is a join button now next to the subscribe button on the channel page. If you'd like to join, we've got various kind of perk levels. A basic one, you get some cool emotes, and you get to join our Gentleman Drivers Discord channel. The next level up, you can get all the track guides early, and you can get into another level of the Discord channel to ask questions and get some tips and tricks. And then beyond that, we've got a bit of tuition and fun race time as well. So if you're interested, if you want to get onto the track guides a little bit early, then have a look at those join perks. And either way, good luck here, guys. Have a really good week, and I will hopefully see you on the track. Cheers now.